Hey guys, this is Taylor at GoPowerSports. Today we're going to be assembling our Lil Rascal Minibike frame kit. This is a product that we just came out with. It is made right here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today we're going to be turning it into a roller. We won't do an engine, that'll be coming in the next video. We're going to start on the neck tube of this mini bike. You have your two bronze bushings and then three spacers. I'll show you where the spacers go after we get the bushings in. And as a driver, you just use your neck bolt, which is included in the kit. It is really important that you do use this as a guide when you're hammering these in. If you just try to tap them in without a guide, without a center, then they will get off square and it won't turn right. So in the kit you get a brake disc and a sprocket. Typically you do the brake disc with all the cutouts on the side where your valve stem is, so you can inflate or deflate the tire. For the rear axle bolt, you have two spacers. These are equal in length, so it does not matter which side you put them on. Your front, the same thing. You have two equally spaced. Flat washer goes on first, and you lock wash it. Bearing, crush sleeve. Roller with the other bearing, lock washer, and lock nut. Next we're going to be sliding on the foot grips. They're really easy. They're a 7/8 ID, so it's just a press fit. Next up is the kickstand. These frames already have the kickstand bracket already welded onto the frame. So all you need to do, kickstand, pin, go ahead and put your cotter pin in, and you can twist these around later. And that is it. Once you get that on, you can kind of form this around to where it, make sure it won't pop off. And then you take your cotter pin and bend the edges out. Next we will be putting on the brake caliper. In the kit you get your two 6mm bolts and your two 6mm washers, which act as shims in between your caliper and the brackets. We have the brake cable. This has a cast in place barrel on one end. It has a round ball on the other end, which we will be cutting off to go through the brake caliper on. So next up we have the throttle. First you want to put your cable into the throttle housing. Feed in the barrel end of the cable, put in your little white plastic guide, and this bottom clip just pops into place right there. Put your barrel in the throttle tube and put your cap back on. Now when you're putting this on, it's really easy without the grip. You don't want to slam it all the way on and tighten it up right there. You'll get a lot of drag here and your throttle won't return correctly. So you come on, back it off about a 1/16, and then tighten your screws down. After you get your throttle tube in place and tightened up, you then put on your grips. As you can see, one hole is bigger than the other. Your big side obviously goes on the throttle tube. We're going to spray these with WD-40. Next up is the seat. We went with this one for this bike, but you do have 7 different options to choose from. These are a really good seat, a thick plywood bottom, really good material and stitching, and these are also made in the USA. After you drill your pilot holes with a 1/4-inch bit, I like to start these bolts just on the bench off the bike and get the threads in the wood. And that'll make it really easy on assembly once you're putting it on the bike. The last step in getting this, as far as doing a roller, we're going to mount the tank. We have these brackets that you bolt right here, and they kind of angle the tank up and push it away from the seat. In that, you will use the 2 5/16 bolts and 2 5/16 nuts. There's also an option where you can mount the tank in the front, in which case you would use all 4. Well, that sums up the build on getting this going as far as a roller. On our next build, we're going to be putting on the 79cc Predator, showing you the mods you need to do to that engine to get it to fit inside this frame. We'll be hooking up the chain, clutch, chain guard, and all that will be in the next video. Thanks for watching.